Welcome to Home Buying Made Easy, the podcast where we pull back the curtain on mortgages, real estate, and everything the big banks hope you never figure out. I'm Rachel, co-host and producer of the show. Let's get to it.
Well, welcome to the show. Welcome to Home Buying Made Easy. And I have Rachel with me here, who is the co-host.
There you
and
go.
I was trying to remember what you said, like co-host and producer.
Yes.
Like formal.
I mean, that's
like,
what I am.
True. That's true. Okay. Well, today we're talking about title insurance. It's interesting fact. I actually have my title agent license.
I know.
So,
great person to talk about this.
Maybe I can talk about a few things. Or maybe I can mess up a few things.
Maybe.
So, what exactly do you want to know?
Yeah. Just what is title insurance?
Title insurance is it's a way of insuring a piece of property and helping both the lender and potentially the owner, if they choose to accept it, helping them be protected from any title discrepancies or title problems that could arise. And there is certainly things that could arise from things that have happened in the past, but there's also things that could happen maybe that happen in the future. So let me give you an idea of something in the past. Something in the past would be if somebody else, let's say a grandfather was going to he thought he was going to leave his property to his granddaughter, and he tells her, hey, you're going to get this property, and they actually write it down somehow. You know, he hands her a piece of paper and writes that down. Hey, you're going to get this property one day. And he signs it. It's not necessarily formal and it's not necessarily recorded that way, but he did give her a piece of paper and he did give it to her and he did sign it. So technically she could come back and create a mess in the future if that piece of property was sold. So let's say he had a 50-acre farm, and then a builder comes along and wants to buy the property, and they run all the title stuff and everything looks clear. And then all of a sudden, 5 years later, the granddaughter comes up and says, hey, he gave me this property. Now it's pretty rare that this would happen at this point because we've done title searches on a specific piece of property. But there are occasions where this could happen. It's a discrepancy, a fault in the title. And by having that, the insurance then protects the owners or the lenders if there's money involved, as far as if there's a loan on the property. And by protecting them, what I mean is they're ensuring that the property is clear. So you have a title company, a title agent will run a search. They'll go back a certain number of years, sometimes 30, sometimes 99. They go back and they do a search and see everybody that's owned that property for the past how many ever years. And then they see, as it changed hands, did it change hands properly? Did this person deed it to the next person? Did one of the two people pass away? If the two people owned it, did one pass away? Did we get a death certificate to show that that person had passed away? Who were the owners? Who were the survivors? Who, like the people that somebody passes away, somebody else owns it. So how many people own it at that point? And who needs to sign for it so I know that's getting kind of in the weeds, but the bottom line is title insurance is there to protect against any fault, any type of problem that would be on the title. Also against liens, if there's other liens, maybe there's a tax lien, maybe there's it's called a mechanics lien, when somebody comes and does work at your house, and then if you don't pay for it, it's a mechanics lien. All of those are examples of things that have happened in the past, and they did not get cleared up on the title. And so they have to be cleared before you can close, either cleared by being paid or by a document that showed, well, that person passed away and here's the proof. And here's who owns it and here's the proof. And so if you can prove everything, you're just proving a chain of title is what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And once you prove all of that, you have title insurance that would protect a lender. There's a lender's title policy and there's an owner's title policy. Protect the owner that's buying the property as well.
Yeah.
I know that's long-winded for it, but there's a lot more to it. It's just
Yeah.
that was one example.
Yeah.
There is another piece to that is looking at future things. Well, a future thing would be, let's say your next door neighbor decides to build something on the line and they accidentally, like they're going to build a pool and they dig out for the pool and they pour the concrete. And the next thing you know, you left for a few days, you came back and there's a piece of concrete and it's this far onto it's like 2 feet onto your property. Title insurance also can help with that in certain situations. Depends on what kind of title insurance you buy.
Yeah. Okay. So if the home has already been bought and sold before, why would I need title insurance if like it's already been checked and that?
Well, it's checked, but let's say you were getting ready to buy a townhouse and the people before you that had the townhouse, they've lived there for 4 years. So they bought it and they've lived there 4 years. It had clean title 4 years ago. And now you're going to buy it. Well, if you buy it and you buy it without title insurance, you don't know what's happened in the past 4 years, number one. And two, you want your own policy. Your lender's going to want it to cover their loan, not the previous owner's loan.
Mm-hmm.
So since they want it to cover their loan, the biggest problem that we could run into is, let's say the previous owners, you're getting ready to buy, and they did not pay their taxes for 2 years. They didn't pay their property taxes. Well, now the county is going to hold them accountable for 2 years worth of property taxes. But if they sell it to you, they're holding the property accountable.
Mm-hmm.
So you would then get that search, that title search, and you probably wouldn't know what to do looking at it, but the title company is going to look at it and go, hey, the property taxes haven't been paid in 2 years. You're going to need that's going to be part of our closing costs now.
Yeah.
So rather than you pay closing costs for that or paying the property taxes, that'll come out of the seller's money, the seller's proceeds. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if there's ever a lien, there could be other liens on the property. Maybe they did a mortgage for one, but then they turn around and they took out a HELOC, a home equity line of credit. So now they have a second lien on their property. Your title insurance is going to see all the liens and they're going to clear everything before it's sold.
Okay. Gotcha. Can I shop around or do I have to go with the one that the insurance that the lender or realtor recommends?
You can definitely shop around. Title insurance is one of those things. Title companies are one of the things that you're allowed to shop. Mm-hmm. There's some things you cannot shop.
Yeah.
But title insurance and title companies are something you can shop.
Yeah.
Little caveat on that. It won't matter. Like, let's say you have a $350,000 townhouse that you're buying. If you buy that in a certain town, certain place, let's say, we're here in Franklin. So if you're going to buy a townhouse in Franklin, and I don't know that you can buy a townhouse in Franklin for $350,000, but anyway, if you're going to buy a townhouse and it's $350,000 and you're trying to get title insurance, it won't matter which title agent that you use. The title insurance policy will be the same across each one of those. It's regulated. The thing that does change is the fees. So there's title agent fees, title agency fees that do change. That's the settlement fee. Some people charge a doc prep fee. I talked to a title agent the other day, and I wanted to know the seller, the buyer and seller were going to use the same title company. And since they were using the same title company, I did not know what the seller was going to be charged for all the title fees. So I called the title agent to ask, and they're like, okay, we're going to charge you settlement fee, and it's this much. We're going to charge you a search fee, and we're going to charge you a doc prep fee, and we're going to charge you a wire fee, and we're going to charge you a courier fee. And like, well, I don't like, there's a lot of fees going on here. What do all these mean, and why are they all there? So there's definitely something you can shop there and find out if there's other title agent companies, title agencies that would potentially have lower fees. Maybe they don't charge a certain fee, or maybe their total stack of fees is less than the one that was recommended to you.
Yeah.
You can definitely shop those.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. That's all the questions we got today.
All right. So if you want more information about title insurance, or you want more information about mortgages or anything, or need to get pre-approved so that you can either get a mortgage or refinance your current mortgage, feel free to reach out. This is Home Buying Made Easy. I'm Michael, and that is
Rachel.
And we are hitting the road. We'll see you next podcast.
That's a wrap on today's episode of Home Buying Made Easy. If something we covered today helped you see things differently, share this episode with one person who needs to hear it. You might just change their financial future. If you're ready to take your next step, our team is standing by. Call or text us directly at 615-499-6335. You can also reach us at michael@dendyteam.com or use the link in the show notes below. New episodes drop every Monday and Friday. Hit subscribe so you're always first in line. And if this show has brought you value, a 5-star review takes 30 seconds or less and helps more people find us. From our team to you, let's make home buying easy.